We are back here with the White Sox, and the old ball club is going to be dipping into that waiver wire pool yet again here. Bringing on another reliever onto our team here in Colin Holderman, right-handed power sinker guy from the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's an Illinois native, thought it'd be cool to bring him in to see potential. Maybe he's interesting for us, maybe we bring him back next year, see what we have in him. Who knows, but we're going to try him out here for the rest of the season. And to make room on the roster, we are actually going to be DFAing Keenan Middleton. He hasn't been good this season, he's a D potential, we know what he is, we don't need to see him for the rest of the season, so Middleton is no longer a member of the Chicago White Sox. And unfortunately, Ildemar Vargas is also going to not be playing the rest of the season. He actually got hurt, so Keen Wong is going to be getting the call-up from here from AAA Charlotte. He's actually been real solid for us down in AAA. So Colton Wong's brother is now going to be our shortstop against right-handed pitching. As we are now here into mid-September on the season winding down here. And as you can see, we've made a couple changes to the lineups here. Jake Berger has found himself no longer a member of the starting lineup. He is a bench bat now against righties and against lefties. And then just giving Clint Frazier a bit more of an opportunity to maybe play his way onto next season's team here, playing every day against righties and lefties. And then Gavin Sheets is actually playing first base against left-handed pitching now as well. He is not just a platoon guy. Also, a little Victor Reyes update. He's been tearing things up since he came up from Charlotte. Been real solid for us as a spark plug guy, leading off against lefties, being just a, like I said, spark plug in the lineup against righties as well. Switch hitter, has a strong arm, not the greatest defender, has some speed to his game. I really like him as a potential guy to have on this team here through the down years we're going to be having here in Chicago. And we are going to kick things off on the south side here. The Chicago White Sox going to be playing host to a division foe in the Minnesota Twins here at Guaranteed Rate Field. Twins, White Sox both under 500. Making the start on the day for the Sox is going to be the right-hander from Wisconsin, Jonathan Stever, making his 10th start since getting the call-up from AAA. Take a look at the lineup we'll be facing on the day. And then also the starter, toe in the slab for the Twins, is Bailey Ober, making his 30th start of the season for the Twinkies. And then take a look at the Sox lineup listed 1-9 on the day. We'll start things off bottom half of the second inning. It is Gavin Sheets getting things started, muscling that inside pitch, taking it out to center field over the head of the shortstop Correa. That's a base knock. Brings up Clint Frazier, who spits on that pitch. Ball 4, he'll take his base, so back-to-back base runners here for Chicago. Brings up Victor Reyes, lays down the sac bunt, trying to beat it out originally, but ends up just being a sac. Then with 2 outs, runners on second and third, and Keen Wong, Colton's younger brother, comes up and rips one into right field, and the Sox strike first. It's a 1-0 game. Back to the top of the order here as Wong goes and swipes second base. 2 runners in scoring position once again, and then Benintendi just flies one into right field, so nothing else going for Chicago. Move things on top 3 here. Jonathan Stever facing Max Kepler, an absolute rocket. Gets past Wong at shortstop, 113 miles an hour off the bat there. Going to be a double for the German native. And then it brings up the power-hitting Joey Gallo. Comes up, flies one into left center field. That's out number 1. Then Stever gets the ground ball to Nick Gordon there on the big breaking curveball. He really had something working this game with this big curveball here. They just could not make any good contact on it as he gets another ground ball there as Keen Wong makes the play. So top 4 here. Byron Buxton finally makes some hard contact as Stever hangs that curveball, I should say, and Buxton rips that up against the wall. It's a double for him, but he's actually rounding second, heading to third, and how about this? Perfect relay gets Buxton at third base. No triple for you. Reyes with a strong arm in center, and then Andrew Vaughn on the relay there. Move things on top 5 here as Christian Vasquez bloops one into right field. Clint Frazier cannot make the catch, so it's going to be a bloop single there. Then a little chopper from Kepler up the middle. That's a base knock as well. So back-to-back singles for the Twinkies. Now with 1 out brings up Nick Gordon, who proceeds to take a hanging curveball out to center field and not able to make the catch as Victor Reyes. That hops up over his glove, up over the wall. It's now a 1-1 score here in this ball game. That would bring up the light-hitting Michael A. Taylor, who comes up and proceeds to have some light hitting. Little chopper over to third, or little flare out, I should say, as Moncada makes the play. And then Correa pops one up the right field, so nothing else going for Minnesota. It's a 1-1 ball game. Move things on bottom 5. Carlos Perez gonna poke one over to right field. That's gonna bounce off the glove of Kepler and land in for a single. So it's a leadoff single for the catcher Perez. Then Keen Wong, second hit of the game. This one up the middle, so back-to-back singles for the Sox. Brings up Benintendi, ground ball, cannot get handled by Gordon on the dive. Bases are drunk here as everybody is safe with nobody out. Moncada swings at an up-and-in fastball. Buxton camped under it. Perez going to get aggressive at third base, try to tag, but Buxton's throw is too strong as the offline throw is still able to slap the tag on because Perez just could not get there in time. So nothing going there, and then with 2 outs, Vaughn skies one to the infield, and nothing going for the Sox. Bringing on Tanner Banks, the left-hander out of the bullpen here for the 17th appearance of his season. In a 1-1 game, it is Max Kepler again striking for this Twins team, going at the right center field, hitting that one up against the wall, and then just Reyes and Frazier not doing the best defense there, so Kepler has himself a triple on third base, 90 feet away from scoring, gets driven in by Nick Gordon as he chops one through the infield in, and the Twins take their first lead of the game. So 1 out, runner on first, gets squeezed there as Banks, as Taylor is going to draw a walk, so he's over on first. Colin Holderman, the Illinois native, on to try to get out of the jam, going to work the sinker baller, see what he can do. So 2 on, 1 out, ground ball, fielded by Wong, but in a tough spot. It's going to be an infield single, as the scoop cannot be completed either by Sheets at first base. And then another ground ball. Holderman goes home with it. They cannot double up the runner, though. So runners remain on every base again, and this time Jorge Polanco comes up and Colin Holderman does not give up a ground ball. He gives up an absolute missile from Jorge Polanco. He squishes this one into the right field seats. A grand slam makes it a 6-1 Minnesota lead as they just bust this game wide open. I just totally punted on playing the rest of this game. Went to quick manage. Our offense did some things in the quick manage, got back into it. It's a 6-5 game, but unfortunately our bats did not do anything in the 9th, so the Twins do hang on and win this one 6-5 over our Sox. Placido Polanco. Jorge Polanco, I got immaculate grid on the brain. Jorge Polanco gets player of the game honors with his grand slam. Keen Wong actually goes 4 for 4 on the day in his strong showing since coming out from Charlotte. And then Gavin Sheets also had a 3-hit day. Solid performance from them, but nothing else for the Sox. And before we move on to the next game, a little quick update here as Semi Zavala is actually back from his injury, his torn hamstring, so he is back on the big league team. The catching tandem is now him and Carlos Perez, as Xavier Fernandez is the odd man out. He is going down to AAA Charlotte once again. And the Sox, I should say our Sox, Chicago, hitting the road here to Beantown to take on the Red Sox at Fenway. Trying to go for the sweep here, as the White Sox are going to be throwing their ace in Dylan Cease, making his 32nd and final start of the season, and he'll be opposed by Chris Sale, also making his 32nd start of the season. For Boston, we'll start things off top half of the first inning. Victor Reyes, the spark plug here, spits on ball 4, he'll take his base. So he's over on first base, brings up Benintendi, who's going to rip one over to where he used to roam in left field, so it's first and second here, nobody out for Eloy Jimenez, who just absolutely pulverizes one into left field, but that's going to be a Fenway single. But the runner is going to score in Reyes, so it's a 1-0 Chicago lead. 2 outs in the inning now. Clint Frazier comes up and he goes into center field. That's going to score Benintendi, and it's now a 2-0 lead for the White Sox. Move things on to Gavin Sheets here. How about another hit? This one's going to go out into right field. Verdugo cannot squeeze it on the dive, and that's going to score 1. It's now a 3-0 lead for the Southsiders. Move things on top 2 here. Victor Reyes already at the dish once again. This one's going to bloop in, and he's going to think about two, but he holds up at first base, and then he proceeds to go and swipe second base, get himself in a scoring position here with 2 outs, and then he's not going to stay there. He's also going to go and swipe third base. So 2 straight swiped bags for Victor Reyes, 90 feet away from scoring now, and then Andrew Vaughn is going to do the thing and muscle a pitch out to right center into the gap. That's going to be an RBI double, and the White Sox find themselves with a 4-0 lead here in the top of the second inning. Move things on, bottom 2, look at Storyland. This one's out of the ballpark, over the monster. Trevor Story connects on a solo shot to make it a 4-1 game as Boston gets on the board. Top 3 now, Yoan Moncada, plunked by Sale, so he's going to take his base to lead off the inning. Brings up Eric Gonzalez. He spits on ball 4, so now with 2 outs, it's first and second here for Chicago. Brings up Carlos Perez, and he pokes one out to right field. Verdugo makes a misstep on it, and that allows it to bounce up over his head. RBI double on the ground rule double, so it's a 5-1 game. Then Victor Reyes comes up, pops one into center. It's going to be caught, and nothing else going for Chicago. So bottom 3 here, and here come the Red Sox. Christian Arroyo going on to the monster as well. It's a 5-2 ball game now as the Red Sox, I should say, get themselves another solo shot. Then later on in the inning, it's Yoshida chopping one past Vaughn at second base. So he's on first with a base knock. Then it brings up Rafi Devers. He spits on ball 4 as Cease cannot find the strike zone. So we've got 2 runners on, 1 out here for Adam Duvall, and he hits a line drive towards the monster, off the monster, into Benintendi's glove. 1 run's going to come in. 2 runners are now in scoring position here with 1 out. And then Cease finally clutches up, blows the fastball by Trevor Story for out number 2. And then Tristan Casas comes up and gets the little knuckle curve back foot. Back-to-back Ks by Cease and strands 2 runners. 5-3 lead here. Move things on. Bottom 4. Some 2-out hitting from Boston as Arroyo hits one in front of Reyes there. Probably could have got to that, but did not. And then it brings up Verdugo. He rips one into right field, so back-to-back singles with 2 outs for Boston. Brings up who else but the Macho Man. Ripping one into center field. 2 outs, RBI single. It's now a 5-4 game here as the Chicago White Sox, now a 2-run game. Clint Frazier comes up, rips one over the monster. The ball is flying here in the summer at Fenway as Frazier connects on another home run of his season. Makes it a 6-4 game. Michael Rucker comes on out of the bullpen here, the former Cub, now White Sox, with a runner on first, nobody outs, but he's going to immediately erase that as he gets a 3-6-3 double play for 2 outs, and then the final out of the inning would be a chopper over to Keen Wong, who's now playing shortstop, and that would end the 7th. Garrett Crochet then comes on for the 8th inning, the University of Tennessee Volunteer, and with 1 out, he would proceed to give up a charge to Christian Arroyo. This one's going to go off the monster. It's going to be a double for Arroyo, so he's over in scoring position. Then it brings up Verdugo. He's going to get one over to Vaughn. Tough play for him. Verdugo beats it out. So runners are on the corners here with 1 out, but then Crochet clutches up and gets the Macho Man to ground into an inning-ending 5-4-3 double play. So we move things on to the 9th inning. Kendall Graveman looking for his 27th save of the season here for Chicago, and he would get just that. Chopper over to Vaughn, easy play for him, even his defense, and the White Sox hold on to win this game 6-4 over the Boston Red Sox. Get out the brooms, baby. The White Sox have swept the Red Sox. Kids eat free at Portillo's tonight. Victor Reyes picks up player of the game honors. He went 3 for 4 on the day. Andrew Vaughn had 2 doubles. Clint Frazier had a home run and an RBI single. Dylan Cease, 5 innings, gave up 9 hits, but did strike out 8 batters as well. 2 walks, 4 earned runs. Very up and down start for him, but overall, as the season has progressed, he has definitely gotten better here after rebounding from his tough start to the season. But with that being said, that's going to wrap things up here for this edition of the Chicago White Sox franchise here on MLB The Show 23. I've been your host, Jersey Born, and I'm saying, hot dogs!